positivity, motivation, never settle for average. You know, we do it over here. Go to BigHerc916.com, pick you up some merch. Holler at me if you want to get some soap to wash that ass. And let's have a beautiful day. Man, I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and this person happened to be Caucasian, and the topic of race was brought up, and I could see the white guilt. And so I had to let them know that, hey man, it's all right. As long as we have people in the world, we're gonna have racism. You can't stop it. You can't make a person love you. You can't make a person like you, but you can love yourself. At the end of the day, you can love yourself and be happy. If you allow somebody to have so much power over you that what they say breaks you down, then you really are not living your life. You're living their life. And you're giving validity to something at the end of the day that has no bearing over you. You control how you feel inside. If you want to read a comment or look at a video and be emotionally moved, you need to go out and live more life. You need to get off the internet, get off social media, start going out, meeting people firsthand to know what the life experience is about. Because the life experience is not online. It's not through social media. 80% of probably what you see on social media is bullshit. Most of the people on there are living a fantasy, and they're doing things to get follows, subscribers, likes, and it's not real. So when somebody says, oh man, you know, this person's racist or that person's racist, and then when they try to group everybody together, how are you going to group an entire, whatever you want to call it, nationality or cultural group to all be defined under one heading, one title? It makes no sense. I don't want to be grouped up with everybody to be assumed that I am a certain way because of how I look. I want to be given the benefit of the doubt and given an opportunity to explain myself or conversate so that you can come to your own conclusions. Because I've had many conversations with people from multiple cultures, and what I realized was that most of these people, prior to the conversation we had never had any real in-depth interaction with a person of my complexion to even come to a conclusion of what people like me presented themselves like in public. They just saw what they saw on social media. And so there was an assumption. And a lot of people are working off assumptions. A lot of people are working off of frustrations. They're angry at their own situations, so they want to blame somebody. And it's always easier to blame something that's in your face to a degree, as far as this is why I'm not here. But then when you look at somebody who has succeeded that look like you got to say, well, they were the exception. That person that went to West Point, they were the exception. That person that graduated from whatever university, or that person who's a multimillionaire from a brick and mortar, that person's an exception. Then what are you? Are you then not an exception? You're just a loser? If you're still excelling, if you're still growing yourself, then obviously you're not a loser, and there's a potential for you to be successful. But for you to constantly blame somebody at this point, who has no control over your ability to utilize resources, I think is pretty lame. So going back to racism and guilt, see, if I can make you think that because of your skin color, you're incapable, I control you. I can get you to feel some kind of way. I can even give you a handout and make you mind me some kind of way. All of this is psychological play, man. And then on the flip side, I got you feeling sorry for me, giving me a pity party, therefore possibly lowering standards to justify actions, and at the end of the day, creating subpar performance. I don't hear anybody saying football's racist, basketball's racist, soccer's racist. You have a lot of people of Spanish descent that are very good at soccer. You have people from English descent. You have people over in, the top, in parts of Africa that are very good in soccer. Pele, there's other people who are Spanish, African mix. Is that racist? I mean, it's funny, and you say, well, education, and because it is, well, what about the places where you've had individuals come from, say, third world countries, and then they get into university and they get 2 and 3 degrees and they succeed and they come over here to America and they don't buy into a racist mentality, and yet they become the top of their particular field. What's the exception for them? See, the racism thing, man, it's a divide and conquer, bro. It's a divide and conquer. And it's also creating insecurities within a community, which those insecurities, I would say, almost paralyze you from trying to try new things, trying to accomplish certain things, because in your mind you think there's a glass ceiling there. I have no glass ceilings. I don't care what you believe or how you look at something. I mean, dude, look, that's your prerogative. I'm gonna do me. You guys should do you. You people out there, guilt, man. Look, don't let them trick you into the guilt. Don't feel sorry for me or anybody that looks like me. Excel at the highest level. Give a person an opportunity based on them as a human being. If that person doesn't perform, I tell you, I test people all the time. They don't perform, I'm out. I don't care if you look like me, you don't look like me. I'm only associate myself with winners. No time for losers, no time for pity parties. Race does not play a factor. Although when I go places and I see people like me, I look for acknowledgement to say, hey, man, I recognize you here as well as me. But at the end of the day, a lot of times when I see those people, they don't even want to make eye contact, because in some way, somehow, they want to be the only one there. I call it the token Negro syndrome. Been to many car events, see another brother with a Lambo, a brother with a Ferrari, brother with a Porsche, make eye contact, he looked the other way. He go right over there to talk to the white guy. See what I'm saying? But then I go talk to the white guy, we have a great conversation, but I don't have, really any interaction with the brother. What do you call that? Was he racist towards me because I happen to upset the balance of status quo at an event where it's only supposed to be maybe 2 black guys and there happen to be 5? Times are funny, man, but you got to recognize the peep game. So the racial argument, look, man, miss me with that one. I'm going to keep winning, keep excelling, keep succeeding. And I'm going to bring those along with me that want to win also, that have an open mentality, that have great values, great morals, and that have discipline and consistency in their actions. That's what counts to me. I don't care what you look like. If you don't show up on time every day, you're lazy, go home, go to bed, be a loser. BigHerc916.
Are you tired of smelling funky? Have you lost your ass? Go to BigHerc916.com.
Contact me for life coaching. And officially, I only got one real spanking my entire life. My mom did the best a 14-year-old could do, raising me with love and instilling values that will last a lifetime. I was a straight-A student and lived to make her happy. So how did I go astray? A horrible stepdad that stole my self-worth and invoked fear turned me into a person that I struggled to overcome. From skateboarding to selling drugs, gang banging in juvenile hall, I got caught the same way many young promising men get caught up. I struggled to find my identity, getting mixed up in shootouts, crime, and the adult entertainment industry. This roller coaster continued as I juggled college, hustling, and Hollywood, eventually catching a federal bank robbery case. I found redemption in prison while serving a 120-month federal sentence and came out a man on a mission. I became a social media influencer with over 500 million views on YouTube and a life coach mentoring people all over the world. This is my journey against all odds.